Hi, today I want to talk about something that can be pretty uncomfortable for a family and especially for the executor or the trustee, and it is about changing the locks after someone passes. Not necessarily changing the whole lock, but rekeying all the locks. And the reason is hopefully obvious, but it can be a point of irritation with people. People that have access to the old keys, the gardener, the housekeeper, the caregiver, the neighbor next door, worse than that, the neighbor next door, their teenage son and his buddies who think it would be super cool to go into a house after someone passed away. Well, guess what? Anybody who spends 10 minutes in a house can probably find and walk out with 90% of the value of that estate. I'm talking about the roll of cash hidden in the sock drawer or under the loose corner of the carpet, the jewelry in mom's jewelry box, or even if there's a safe, if it's someone that knows the person, between going through the birthdays or the anniversary dates and different things, the 5-digit code to get into a lot of safes can be figured out by someone. And then the next thing you know, 90% of the value of the estate has walked out of the house and you're not sure who did it. Help people, protect them from themselves. People can rationalize. Mom would have wanted me to have that. Yeah, she didn't put it in the will, but she told me one time that she thought I'd probably like that, so I'm going to take it. The neighbor who thought they did tons of favors for that person for years, and of course they forgot to put them in the will, but they would have wanted them to have it because, the kids never came to visit the mini house, so clearly the parent would have wanted that neighbor to have that thing. The child that no one's heard from in 3 years all of a sudden shows up in town, knows that the key was always hidden under a rock under the side of the flower bed, and during the funeral pulls a truck up to the house and takes out pretty much everything. Well, you don't need a whole truck. Again, 90% of the value in an estate, the dollar value, can probably be carried out in a duffel bag in most estates. If you're planning your estate, the letter of instruction, we have a great one that we offer completely free. You go to the site, download it, edit it, change it. One of the things you want to do is give permission to your executor to rekey the locks. Let the family know that those were your wishes. Otherwise, sometimes the family would go, well, who do they think they are? They're locking me out of my own parents' house. It needs to be done. It's standard procedure for a trust attorney, probate attorney. They're going to rekey the locks because they have a fiduciary responsibility to protect those assets. If there's a gun in the house, you don't want someone randomly going through the house and walking out with that gun. 2 or 3 pieces of jewelry is often the biggest valuable in the house. It is a good idea to protect those. It's not only a good idea, it's your responsibility as the executor or trustee. I hope this is helpful. Just recognize that the rationalization that people can go through of mom would have wanted me to have that. That was promised to me, 10 years ago. They forgot to put it in the will. I'm just going to take it. The caregiver who felt like they went above and beyond and the kids never showed up. So this is life changer for me. I'm going to go ahead and take it. Nobody will miss it. Protect them from their own poor choices. That's what banks do. Banks have video cameras on all the teller drawers, not because they don't really trust their tellers. It helps keep the tellers honest. It helps keep them from having a lapse in judgment for a moment. You need to do the same. I hope this is helpful. Be sure to click the subscribe button to get more tips on how to divide things, not families.